gotta say, we got a little bit of buzz happening.
Hey, you ain't wrong, man. We're pretty much halfway filled up on every shoot right now.
I know, just about.
So if you guys are holding off for whatever reason from signing up for the FDCC shoots, don't wait too long.
Yeah.
Like I say, we're about halfway filled up right now for all three shoots. 97% of people that have signed up for all three.
Yeah.
Remember,
we're capped at 100 shooters per shoot.
We can only take 100 shooters. So if you want to get in there and if you want to compete for the grand prizes, you have to shoot all three. So you don't have to commit any money or anything like that. You pay at each shoot that you go to, or we'll give you the option to pay for all three at the first shoot. It will be up to you.
Yeah.
That way, if you can't make the last shoot, then you're not losing your money, right? But I mean, other than that, it's moving along here pretty good, and we don't want anybody to miss out. So
we have been getting some questions.
Yes, we've had a lot of questions about rules, distances, and emails that you're supposed to get for your registration number. So Gary's going to run you through some of that now, just to clarify.
Do a little breakdown.
Yeah.
So basically, once you fill out all your information on the form, you're not going to immediately get sent your FDCC number. You will get that when you arrive at the first shoot. That'll be on your scorecard, and then you'll carry that number through with you throughout the rest of the circuit. When we start talking about distances, don't get us wrong. Yeah, we're always talking about dropping the bombs, pushing stuff, trying to see how much we can challenge ourselves. We're setting this up not for us. We're setting this up for you guys. So yes, while we say be prepared to go to 70 yards, be prepared to shoot further, it doesn't mean on every shot.
No.
I'm hoping to have a shot at like 5 yards.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to have a couple in the 20s, a couple in the 30s and 40s. Like, the idea is to just not be hanging around the 20s a lot.
Yeah.
Which does tend to happen, and I get not every range has the capability to be pushing out further shots, which is fine. But people also need to keep that in mind. We can't set up 60, 70-yard shots every second or third shot, because then we're shooting across the walking path, and most places don't have lanes that can support that anyway.
Right.
So it's only going to be utilized in places that it is safe for us to do so.
Yes.
So if we're on a 40 target course, there might be
5 or
10,
6,
maybe
7
at the most.
Yeah.
Like, the longest shot you're going to face is against us, no matter where we're at.
Yeah. You will be seeing an 80 or 90-yard shot there, depending on what the course allows us to do.
Yeah. During the registration process, you may notice that there's an open pro category that is essentially K50. The only reason we're not calling it K50 is because we're going further than 50.
Yes.
K50 guys, bow hunter guys, be prepared to go to 70, maybe a bit further. Again, depending on course.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, the only real other change is an equipment one. And basically what that is going to be is just, it's only affecting bow hunter class. And we're just going to extend it so the stabilizers can run 15-inch in whatever direction you want.
Yes.
We know a lot of guys. Listen, you've heard me on the show time and time again bitch and complain that I can't shoot in the same class as everybody. Like, I even went down to a short stabilizer to so we want you to run what you hunt with, especially in bow hunter class.
Yeah.
Because we want you to get ready for spring bear.
Mm-hmm. we're essentially trying to we're deviating from like standard archery Ontario rules and ASA rules, because we want to have our own identity for starters. And two, we think it's silly that you can only run a 12-inch bar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our shoot, so we get to do away with silly rules. So
That's
for bow hunter, we're letting you run a 15-inch bar, because if you're a guy who hunts out west, or you just like running a 15-inch bar, then you can.
Yeah. We don't want to handicap you just for the sake of, well, that's what everybody else does.
Yeah, we're not everybody else.
No.
And that's why we're going to reach out to 70 yards, maybe 75 if it's safe to do so. Who knows? We'll see.
Elmira's going to be a little longer than that this year. We're going to go longer than last year.
Yeah. And remember, like Gary said, it's not every shot is going to be like that.
No.
You're going to get the majority of the shots will be within 50 yards.
Yeah, of course.
Is my guess. It'll be 50, 30, 42.
That's what most of the ranges are set up for, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's not like you're going to be dropping bombs at every one of them. And we are going to jam you up close to a couple targets where it's safe as well. We're 10 yards. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's meant to challenge you to be a better archer all around.
I'm hoping that one of the courses has the mosquito that you can't stand, and we put it at 5 yards so it pisses you off.
I do hate that mosquito. The squirrel is bad too. I hate that fucking squirrel. That's one of the worst ones too.
Get him in the nuts.
But yeah, just to clarify some of the rules and all that stuff, and it's informal. I know it's prizes and I know it's for money, but there's rules. Everybody knows them now. Just go by them. Everything will be fine. Don't worry.
Think of us as directly in the middle between your standard normal shoots that you go to that are very regimented and rule oriented and TAC.
Yes.
TAC has very little to no rule. Equipment is wide open. You don't even have to keep score.
No, you just shoot from the peg.
Exactly.
That's it.
We're not that loosey-goosey.
No.
But we're also not that super strict and tight.
Right.
We're kind of in the middle somewhere. We're still wanting to maintain, call them standard guidelines.
Yeah. Because it's more money.
Yeah, of course. And people are also comfortable with that way of doing things. They already know it. So it just makes things a little smoother, right?
Yeah. So like no lenses in bow hunter. Because you can't shoot a lens in bow hunter in any other class. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But K50, lens away.
Lens it up.
It's all good.
Clarify it. Put a magnifier in there.
Do whatever you got to do.
Get those bionic glasses like the old scientists used to have.
Yeah. So we put out a poll and to see what everybody was excited for the shoots. It seems like everybody's really excited to shoot a challenging course.
Yeah. Nobody wants to take me on, though. What's the deal with that?
There's a couple people wanting to beat you.
18%.
Everybody seems to want to beat me more. I don't know why everybody hates. Wow, the hate voice. God damn, My brother's a bigger dickhead than me. Like, why don't you guys go after him,
Yeah, but I'm only like that to you.
That's true. You're a nice guy to everybody else. You're not wrong. And Josh is going to be there with us too. We're going to be at the Vortex Challenge shoot, which will be as far as we can put it safely.
Well, I think Elmira will be able to pump 90 this year.
I think we'll be able to get to 90.
I think we can get to 90.
We'll probably be 80.
Give or take.
Well, actually, I believe Josh Webb from Galt said we may be able to stretch that sucker out to 90. So
I'm in.
Perhaps we
I am in. I got to get my sight tape confirmed. Damn.
Yeah, you do get you saying, bro. I'm sweating bullets here because my new bow's not in yet. And it's like May 18th is not far away.
No,
my god dang, like I got to get that thing dialed and on point and tuned so that I can.
It's only 5 weeks, bro.
Shoot that far, Fuck.
It's only 5 weeks.
It's only 5 weeks away. I know bear season's only a couple weeks away. I hadn't even sighted my rifle in yet. But anyway, that's for another time. I got a lot of shit to do in the next little while. I'm just hoping it comes in soon. But we're really excited. I got my
fingers crossed for you, man, because I know that pain. I know it when you're sitting there and you've ordered it and you know that they've received your order. They're in the process. Like,
I've got a dialed sight on the way too that looks like it's shipped, but hasn't shipped because I don't have a track number yet. I'm sweating bullets on that too. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Don't worry me. I'm just messaging old Mr. McKenzie here right quick.
Oh, young Joshua.
Yeah, I told him to jump on, but he said he can't. He's just curious about some numbers.
Oh, what kind of numbers?
I told him we're about half full.
We are about half full. Mm-hmm. It is selling out quick, so get in there, register for all 3 if you can, if you want to shoot them all.
How cool would that be? I know like odds
Mhm.
of that are slim, but like imagine if everybody that shows up is registered for all 3.
Oh, I'd love to see it.
I would too.
Yeah,
Because by the time you get to the end of the 3rd tournament,
man.
it's going to be heated.
Oh, it's gonna be because there's gonna be some gangster shooters shooting in there.
And there's going to be some talking and
Oh
some
yeah,
yapping.
there's gonna be some shit talking. We might, you know what we might even do? Actually, for anybody out there listening, DM us on the FDCC or the Full Draw page. If once the tournaments kick off here and we start going, do you want us to have the top 3 shooters on the podcast as they change? Like, so after the first shoot, we'll bring on the first 3 shooters, and then after the next shoot, we'll do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm in for that.
Yeah, let us know. Then we can spur some competition between them, get them talking a little bit of shit to each other. You know what I mean? Because I know if it was us, we'd be talking mad shit.
Oh.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think that'd be
South
fun.
Park episode would just be flowing out.
I still died at that meme that's going around, or not the meme, the GIF that's going around, I guess, with the guy sitting on top of the wall from Canada. He's like, "Yeah, we got some cool shit back here. We don't want to share it. Fuck out of here.
Get out of my face."
Yeah. No, but exciting times, and
bro, it's all I can think about.
Yeah, me too, man. I'm really excited to get to the first one now and get going.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
I can't
cool.
wait to kick this off.
Yeah, the only thing that bothers me is the stretch between the Galt shoot and the last shoot.
Yeah,
it's such a long span.
2.5 months.
Yeah, it's rough. You know what I mean? Because Galt is on the 22nd, so it's basically almost a month after.
Yeah.
The Royal City shoot, and then we got to wait. And I'll be picking up one of the main championship prizes here in the next week or 2. So very exciting.
Fancy. I believe it's something oriented in the lightweight category.
It's something in the lightweight category from Bowtech. You'll be guys will be liking it.
I think so. Yeah. Should be cool.
You just got to stay tuned, you know?
Yeah.
You'll find it. We'll show it on the podcast once we have it.
Of course.
We'll give a little sneak peek, you know?
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
What's coming. So, speaking of lightweight, Driver, or Excel, has finally given one of their driver sites to some YouTubers. We've never seen one in person, obviously, so we're only going off of what we see on YouTube, which kind of sucks. We hate the idea of like talking about something that
hands
never
on
seen, but everybody else is talking about. But it seems like that is the only way we're going to get any information on it. So here we go. If you are in the market for a new hunting site this year and you want to keep it lightweight, and for some reason you don't want to go with a dialed sight, I'm not sure why. This thing's super lightweight. It's 8.6 ounces. So that's about a half an ounce lighter than the dialed proof, which is not much.
No.
It's super compact.
Was what I had heard, that it was like super condensed, like
small,
tight, right in.
The wheel does not stick off far. Like it's impressive. It does come with metal sight tapes, which is awesome.
Everything should, man.
I agree. Unless it's on a wheel, everything should.
Yeah.
Horizontal 3 or 5 pin configurations or vertical pins. It does look like the vertical pin configuration comes with the AVX scope that comes off the landslide.
That's good.
Which is great scope. So nothing wrong there. It's probably got some of the coolest color options. It's got some real funky colors and some anodized colors and stuff.
Well, they're kind of having to start to do this stuff now, right? Like everybody, because, I mean, there's only so far you can push the technology that's in the boat.
Yeah.
Or that's in the accessories as well. Like,
I'm gonna break
I heard it on Josh's podcast, but like, we are kind of starting to reach an apex in archery.
Yeah. We're getting there now.
Like,
I'm gonna break your heart if you haven't seen the new dialed small batches, which is like those custom things they come out with every now and then. They've got a new dial wheel. It's the exact FDCC colors. It's like an OD green with a yellow. It's so cool.
Is that what you ordered?
No, because it just came out. It just dropped. So like
cancel order.
My site is black with clay accents. But I was looking at it today. I was like, it's $130 Canadian. And I was like, man, I really want to buy that because it's FDCC colors. You know what I mean? Even though it would look really weird on my site. Because, well, I guess if I just bought the black light shade and took off maybe I'll buy it. Fuck, I don't know. It's super cool. It's so funny. I looked at it. I was like, God dang it. Like, it's the exact colors, man. I'll show it to you later, brother. It's unreal. But back
I think my next bow, I'm going to try and actually order like custom colors.
Dude, wouldn't it be cool to get like an OD green and yellow limbs?
I want an FDCC bow.
Yeah, it would be sweet.
I was thinking more like a yellow riser with green limbs.
Ooh, well, yeah, if it was a target bow, you could do
That's
that.
What I'm saying.
Sure.
3D. Yeah. 3D only, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Real cool.
Fluorescent yellow riser.
Yeah.
With OD green limbs. Are you fucking kidding me? White strings.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. One more thing on that driver site. It's the standard dovetail version, which is the most expensive version. Everything will be a little bit cheaper than this by about $40. Does come in a little north of 700 Canadian. So you are in dialed proof money
range, yeah.
I mean, take that as you will. And you're probably going to pay a 25% tariff on that because it is made in America.
More than likely, yeah.
So, that's going to become $1,000 quick.
Yeah.
By the time you ship it and everything else. Yeah, it's, I don't know.
As much as I want the proof, I just got that Trek Pro.
Oh, for sure. I mean.
And I'm not knocking the Trek Pro.
No.
I love that little site. But that proof is so.
Yeah, I don't think I couldn't see. I mean, like I say, the driver's real cool, but I do think that the dial proof is the best one going.
To me, it's the total package, man.
Yeah,
like
I think it does everything right.
They pretty much all have the same features, like abilities.
The fact that you can customize your color and just order it straight up, and it doesn't cost you more money to pick the shit you want.
And even if it was like just plain black, or just a plain color, the site is the coolest looking site.
Mm-hmm. And the site picture is.
Oh, I know. I looked through Josh's, man. I was like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Have I been doing?
We've mentioned on the podcast before, but it's. I don't know. I it's hard to not just fall in love with it when you look through it.
I hope Josh has his full setup ready for May. I don't know if he'll have it for the first one. He might have it for the second one.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see that.
I know. It's such a cool site. Mm-hmm. It really is. So I'm excited for that. I'm hoping they both come in time for me to get dialed up here and situated. But
I know. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, it's time to move on from the levitate.
Well, and the problem is I've got a buyer for it right now.
Yeah.
But I'm terrified to sell it.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Because if my other bow doesn't come in, what am I going to do then? I got to go buy
Shooters loan you the proven.
Well, I got to go buy something off the rack.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. For a bow. And I ordered that proof in the bridge block.
Oh, yeah.
And to match the colors. That's not that big a deal. I wouldn't care that much about that. But the fact that I would have to buy the attachment to mount it to whatever else I got, unless they had a color in there that I liked in the lift. But I don't think they do. I think they only have a black and a Kuyu. And I don't like, as much as cool as the Kuyu is, I don't like camo bows that much.
Not really.
Not
No.
full camo. I don't mind camo limbs, but I never did like.
No, I don't like a camo riser because you
Risers,
lose
so.
the camo in the riser.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
riser's so cut out.
Yeah, you lose it, right?
You got to get right up on it to go, oh, it's Kuyu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Fingers crossed, man.
Well, and I have heard on numerous occasions now that more often than not, bow companies sell solid color bows, not camouflage bows.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And
I can see why.
It's no one's fault. Well, it is somebody's fault. It's an orange-headed. I mean, I'm not going to call them names because I'll get in trouble. But it's his fault because the tariffs, and they're trying to hold back from bringing in new bows so that they don't have to pay the tariffs on them, so they can keep selling them for the reasonable price.
Yeah,
because they can't eat that amount of money, right?
Oh my God!
You're talking $500 extra.
Yeah.
On the bow.
Mm-hmm.
For anything that comes in right now, which is
terrible.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
It's garbage.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically, I would imagine, their profit margin.
I'm kind of glad I bought my new one last year.
No shit. No fucking shit.
See what happens next year, though.
Who saw that coming? You know what I mean?
What? Nobody.
Right. Well, we got a big election coming here in the next 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, the big one.
The fate of what happens to this country kind of falls on it. I think. I'm curious.
Well, it's going to stem from it anyway.
I'm certainly
People are going to have
curious.
to remember, though, it's going to take a long time to enact any change.
Yeah, it's not going to be an overnight thing. But I'm very, very curious because if you look at polls right now, they're certainly saying something different than they were a couple months ago.
I struggle with the polls.
But again, polls only reflect people silly enough to answer a poll.
Yeah, and at the same time, like,
you know what I mean?
Gas price went down, so now everybody's all forgiving.
Yeah, you know the biggest problem with Canada is?
We're
so polite. Man. We forgive right away.
Yeah, like,
the Americans
it's fine to
forgive you for that.
But don't forget.
Yeah.
Like, for the last 8 years, they fucked us.
Yeah. Understand one thing, and we are going to get, a little political over the next couple weeks until the election's over, because we are concerned about our country. We love our country. We want everybody to do well. And understand that that's just a political move. It's not because, and I'm not saying you should vote liberal. I'm not saying you should vote conservative. You should vote for whoever you want to. That's your right as a Canadian in a free country. What I'm saying is, no matter who was in power right now, if there was a carbon tax on, the smartest thing for them to do is take it off.
Yeah.
Because it wins you voters.
It's election time. Oh, look
but
what
when
the election over,
ask yourself, is it going to go back on?
Exactly.
Don't be so quick to just forgive. I know we're real good at it as Canadians, but
stop it.
I think we should be a little bit more pragmatic about it and be like, I don't know, old buddy.
Yeah.
It
wasn't just one fella that did us wrong.
No. It was, and I hesitate to judge anybody, right? Because, I'm sure everybody can probably guess the way we're leaning when it comes to voting. We are hunters, which, a big thing for us is the right to have firearms, which is quite under attack in this country.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really hard for us to get behind anybody who's taking them away.
I had a last evening, certain red supporter come by the door. Hey, how are you? Oh, I just wondering if we'll have your support in the upcoming election. We'll find out.
Who was it? What?
The local red.
Oh, the local red. Okay,
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah,
bye.
None of your business.
Well, like, I remember, I was saying this the other day. I remember when we were kids, nobody, and I mean nobody, put out who you were voting for on your front lawn.
No, and do you remember, it was considered not polite to ask people who they were voting for.
Yeah.
Like,
personal business.
Yeah, when we were growing up, it was very much like you don't discuss who you're voting for because it's none of anybody's business.
Right.
Which is pretty wild because now everybody talks about who they're voting
Oh,
for.
and everybody got signs out on the front yard. Like, there's a fella here got a giant flag out on his front patio with 5 or 6 giant billboard signs. I'm like, dude, you only needed one. Like, we get it.
Yeah, we understand. I will say this, and for me, I hesitate to say I'm a classic liberal. I'm an old liberal, right? When they were reasonable people.
But they still slap you if you threw a pie in their face.
Yeah, like I like John Chrétien for slapping bitches. You know, you throw a
Yeah.
pie at me, you get whacked.
I'm gonna knock you.
How it is. But liberals tend to tell you that they're liberals. Conservatives tend to not tell you. So it is a funny world right now. But I've gone back and forth, right?
Well, that's the thing. The general populace is on the fence anyway.
I think so.
Because they like some of this stuff, but not that. And then they like some of that stuff, but not this. So
yeah, and I think you're crazy if you can sit there and say you entirely disagree with one party's policies, like wholeheartedly,
you're just
everything
lying.
they stand for. That's not true.
No, you're just lying.
There's no way that's a thing. I'm sure there's some things that the liberals do that I agree with. There's things that the conservatives do I agree with.
Yeah. But like,
and I've
people
always
have to ultimately understand when you take away the greediness side of it and everything, like everybody's just trying to make the country work and prosperous. They're just going about it in different ways.
Yeah.
Like from different focuses.
Yeah.
Like the end goal is the same for everybody.
Yeah.
Make some money, have a good life. You know.
Yeah, I have no desire.
Free healthcare. Like,
yeah. That's very important, I feel like. I think,
But we're this is what I mean, right? We're all pretty much in that group. So like that's why I don't like this like massive like signage everywhere and everything, because you're literally promoting division.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate that too.
Well, I think you like red, so don't you dare wear blue.
Well, yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? And
it's funny though, because if you have gangs that wear red and blue, everybody thinks it's stupid that you got upset because that guy wears blue.
But you're doing the same thing now.
No different.
You're doing exactly the same thing.
Instead of wearing baggy pants, they wear suits.
Yeah. It's so dumb to dislike somebody because of their political views.
Yeah.
What are you doing? There used to be a time, man, where you could be on either side of the fence and still have a beer and be like, I disagree with you, but
whatever.
I support your right to
let's just talk about something different.
It's the beautiful thing about, well, you don't even have to, but the beautiful thing about democracy is I don't agree with you, but I support your right to hold your own views.
Yeah, you can have your own opinion.
What it is, right? So when you get mad at people because they don't agree with you, it's like, well, that's silly.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to change your ideas. You're not married to them. That's not who you are, isn't your ideas.
No. Things change over time. You grow, you learn, you evolve as a human being.
Look at the hunting world. Look how many things you do differently now.
Oh, shit.
Compared to years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that gutless method, man, was one of the things when we saw that, we were like, what fuck
is happening? What are they doing? Why are they cutting them down the back? What's going on here?
I remember the first time we saw that, we're sitting there and you were like, brother, why is he going down his spine? And I was like, I don't know, man. This is weird.
I didn't get it.
They got like halfway into it, and when they removed the first back quarter, we were like, oh.
That's easy.
These dudes didn't have to manhandle this moose. They didn't have to roll the guts out. They didn't have to do any of that shit.
No, they didn't have to touch the guts.
They just cut that sucker up, pulled the back straps, pulled the tenderloins.
Rolled it over, same thing, gone.
Yeah, stripped the meat out from between the ribs. They cleaned that thing perfectly. And we were like, oh, man.
This is the way.
Like, what the fuck have we been at,
We've been
man?
dogging it.
Dogging like savages, man. Oh, it was so dumb.
Panch and quarter and lug the full quarter, all the bone, everything still in it.
Trying not to nick nothing so that you didn't pop panch or anything like that, so it didn't fuck up all your meat. Trying to cut around his asshole to get all that out so it didn't ruin nothing.
Ugh,
What the fuck were we at, man?
the wrong way.
The wrong way.
But
The
we
wrong.
learned.
We did learn.
We learned, we grew, we evolved as hunters.
And never again
No.
will be rolling out panches out of a moose.
No. Only thing
Good.
I'd do that on would be like a deer.
Yeah, but that's easy.
You do it with one hand, for fuck's sakes.
Because the beauty thing about a deer is once you get the guts out, you can just drag the whole deer out.
That's what I mean. You just
Weighs
grab it by the
about-
head and you go on.
Yeah, weighs about the quarter of a moose.
Yeah.
And bear, I guess I would probably.
Oh, I'd gut him and then slang him over top of me.
Yeah.
And then bring it back to camp and quarter him up there.
Yeah. Are you gonna? If you get a bear this year, are you gonna cape it?
No.
No.
Housecoat, bro.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're gonna cape it out. You're gonna take the cape. You're gonna pull it all off.
Oh, I thought you meant go down the back.
No.
Split
You're
it
gonna cape out the
up.
whole
I'm
animal.
definitely taking. I'm taking that fur.
I do want a house coat. That's a good idea.
I want the housecoat with the mitts and the fucking head and the works.
Claws.
Yeah, bro.
I'm down to that. I'm gonna do that too. Jess is gonna fucking hate it.
Don't care.
I'm hanging it up in my closet.
Every time I comes down to visit you, I'll be wearing it at the hotel. Air conditioning on, bust.
He just goes in. All you can see is your Brett and Gary over there with the bear hood over it, and just air like fucking mist coming out of its mouth and its nose because you got the AC on fucking maximum, fucking 5 degrees in there.
I have wanted a bear house coat for a very long time.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea.
I do too.
We just gotta find something nice, fleecy, soft to put on the inside.
I know on the inside. Yeah.
Stitch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like quilted in.
And the beauty thing about making the house coat is you don't have to be real particular on how you cape it out.
Not really.
Because you're not going to a taxidermist being like,
No.
this fucking thing look
No,
real,
I just
you know
need to bring it to a tanner and say, make it so I can turn it into something.
Yeah. We have to flesh it.
It will be kind of weird the first time, though, when I put my arms in the sleeves that are technically arms. And I'm be like, oh, I remember taking the bear edities.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be a little weird.
Are you going to take the claws out so your fingers come through it?
I don't know. Because I kind of want the claws.
I know. So you're going to have them like slide over the top of your hands. So
Yeah. I'm almost going to have to get
like a
little
UFC
rings.
glove. Like a palmless UFC glove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With just the little rings on each finger.
Yeah. I like this idea.
Yeah, bro.
I'm in on this idea. This is
It's going to be
great.
expensive, I'll tell you that. It's going to be like a $500 house coat.
Well, I mean, can we flesh it ourselves? Can we just learn how to flesh it?
I don't see
And
why
dry
not.
it? I mean,
We got that fancy YouTube thing.
Josh Cooney, he does all that kind of stuff.
True.
Josh, hit us up, buddy. Give us some tips on how to. I mean, we could just call Pop too.
True.
That dude's drive more beavers.
Yeah.
It's just like a big beaver.
Well, and the beauty of that is too. Yeah, because you just need to find a bear that's roughly
Yeah,
same dimensions as you.
we gotta get like big sheets of plywood to stretching out on though. Tan.
Imagine.
We're gonna have to build something.
Yeah, you're gonna have to build a frame.
There's a lot of work for fucking house coat, but I'm down to
That's
do
why
it.
I said it's gonna be a $500 house coat.
I'm down to do it. But then we got to do a podcast every bear season in those house coats
Well, yeah.
with
At
bourbon
bear camp.
and cigars.
At bear camp.
bear camp.
First night of bear camp.
I'm sleeping in my bear house coat.
Yeah. Wouldn't even need a sleeping bag.
This is a fucking great idea. I don't know why nobody else has done this. There has to be a reason. It must be difficult.
Oh, it's gotta be. It's gotta be
what's
hard.
the difference? You're only making a bear rug, but then folding the arms back over and sewing them together again. So they're
That's
sleeves.
Right?
Are you gonna put a
Just
zipper
hand
on it
sew
or just a tie?
Just tie.
Just a tie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear a bow tie
What
with
I'll
mine.
do is I'll take strips from his lower legs
Mm.
and use them to make the tie.
Right, because you don't need the lower legs because it's just going to be a house coat.
Right.
Good point. So we can extend his arms.
Everything below the knees is gone.
This is going to be the best thing ever.
I know. I can't
I'm so excited. Now we got to get some bears, though.
Yeah.
Turkey season's coming up soon too.
Man, that one that was at the barrel last year, that would have been a good one because he
He's
had
a
that
hardy bear.
real shiny coat, though.
He'll be even bigger this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going back there for a hunt again. That was a good tree
Let's go.
sitting.
I'm sure Dave will hook us up.
Yeah.
This
Do
is
another
time
hunt.
last year.
Honey boil.
Mm-hmm. Get one of them
Needs to
suckers.
get some beavers, man.
Dude, I mean, in all honesty, that little river and pond that's there, if you cruise that in the canoe in the evening, there's a good chance you're going to find a bear coming to that water.
Oh, up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just get to the shore then, if you can't get handy enough, but you bust it with a rifle.
Yeah.
You just get to shore because I don't think you can shoot from a boat up here either.
No,
I'm pretty
I don't
sure
think
that's
so.
a universal rule across the country.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Just get to shore.
Yeah, we got that little canoe now with the electric motor.
It's not a little canoe. It's a sweet canoe.
It is a pretty sweet canoe.
Yeah. Because it's wide.
Yes.
That's the only downfall of canoes that I hate is most canoes are narrow. Well, they're just fucking, they're not cumbersome. What's the better word from that? Like, they're just not stable, but those sports pals are fucking stable.
They're a lot better, yeah.
Right?
Well, and because we're going to have some weight in it with our packs and everything, we'll pretty much be down to the foam bumpers.
Which makes it even
help
better.
Provide a lot of stability. Yeah.
And then when you're talking, having a little electric motor on the back of it with a flat back,
she's the jam.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stand up in her like we used to with the 12-footer, though. With the fiberglass boat.
It was a different game,
That was good. I miss that boat.
This is a fine boat.
If we can get home with a truck,
we'll bring her back up.
I'd love to go down and pick her up. I know.
We'll just bring her
apart. All that fiberglass fell back off her.
That's a downer.
She needs a bunch of work again.
Well, I know the fella's good at fiberglass.
I'm all right at it.
You're not bad. You made that boat look good.
Yeah.
That OD green like marine paint was good too.
Oh, that stuff come out real nice. That was that gel coat stuff.
Yeah.
The only problem that made all that fiberglass unbond, we'll say, was the gigantic amounts of weight and strapping it in the truck. Because we had to strap it down so tight because we had so much weight in it.
Yeah, we got a little dumb with it.
Fuck, we abused that boat hard, man.
There should never been. You need for what we were doing, you need a double hull aluminum boat. Like one of those heavier aluminum boats with the double hull.
Well, we run in with what, like 8 sheets of fucking 3/4 inch plywood. And
more than that at a time.
No, I just mean in one load we had 8 sheets of plywood, and I think we had like 26 2x6, 10.
Oh yeah,
like plus the 2 of us.
Yeah, plus the motor and the battery. She's dragging ass, man.
Sketchy.
I was surprised she never cracked an F.
I know. That's why I say she's a good boat, man.
all that for six geese.
Yeah.
all that fucking work for 6 geese, man. And then you comes up here and there's about 8 million geese outside your door in the city that you could just walk up and strangle.
Well, I remember when I first moved up here, I called you on the phone one night. It was like 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
And you and I could barely have a conversation on the phone because it was fucking.
Oh, dude. I took the dog out Sunday night, like late. She had to go out. It was like 12 o'clock. There wasn't a fucking soul downtown. And there was a goose, 2 geese up where she goes to the bathroom. And that goose was hissing at me. I was like, I'm going to tell you something now, old buddy. I'm going to explain this to you real quick. There ain't nobody around right now. You comes over here. You're going in the pot, Skipper.
It ain't hunting. That's gathering.
Yeah, and this is self-defense, bitch. I will wash you off right here. You're done. Your goose is cooked. Don't fuck around. He didn't come over.
Now,
what?
Before we caps off here, 10 new broadheads from Beaumont. Whoa!
Peyton thought they were April Fool's joke. That's how ridiculous them broadheads are.
Whoa!
There's something.
They come 6 fletched.
Oh, arrow and all.
Yeah, no, but they're the first factory arrow
Oh, okay.
to come pre-fletched with 6.
Jesus.
You'd need them though, bro.
Steer them things for sure.
Holy hell!
They're pretty gangster, bro.
So, don't get me wrong. They're basically just a remake of the Magnus Turkey ones.
Yeah.
But they look like 4 Japanese Tontos stuck together.
They're pretty wild.
Oh, wow, man. There's like a lot of meat there.
Yeah. They're pretty wild, bro.
Shit.
You got any turkeys ever around you now or what?
Bro.
Everywhere.
I can't go to Kempo without seeing 25 of them.
Just around somebody else's land.
Always.
Fuck.
Always.
It drives me crazy. Everybody owns everything up here. Why do you people buy up everything?
I gotta make some farmers friends.
You do gotta make some friends with farmers. And stop buying shit.
What do you mean?
I'm talking to people.
Oh.
Everybody owns every spot morsel of land here.
Oh, I know, man.
It's so ridiculous.
I
We
know.
got like 8 billion acres back home. Nobody wants to buy it.
We need to find a way to buy some land.
I know. Jesus, it's a fortune, man.
Well, like, think of like right in the middle of us, between you and I.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, go towards the water, north.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because then you're just getting straight into fucking cabin country.
That's what I mean. Then it gets worse again.
Yeah, then it gets real bad.
And then you got
now we could look to going like northwest of, say, Dave.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying
is, far hike.
Yeah, but you can get up there. You can find public land.
Yeah,
that's not hard to do. The issue is here.
Yeah,
like everybody owns every morsel of land here, so you can't go out on like a quick evening hunt because there's like a handful of spots to go, and there's 50 fellas there
already.
You know what I mean? Tree. If you want to get up north, yeah, you can find some public land, but you know, Jesus, man.
Everybody keeps telling me there's shit tons of public land up here, but I don't know where.
Do you have iHunter?
No.
You got to use iHunter. That thing is great. It's $40 for the year. Shows you every parcel of public, federal, provincial land, and it also shows you all the boundaries for private land. Or Onyx. Onyx works good too now.
Okay, I guess I'll fucking just do it.
You're gonna have to spend money, old buddy. That's it.
I ain't got none left. I bought that quad.
It's all gone. Those who don't know, Gary splurged a little bit and bought a quad bike. We call them bikes back home. We don't call them quads. We call them bikes, but for any mainlanders, we call them quads, eh?
Yeah, quad bike.
Most people call them ATVs here, though, eh?
Everybody up here calls it ATV. ATV, UTV.
Yeah, UTV is a side by side, and a bike.
Or quad.
Yeah, we use quad interchangeably as well, yeah. Yeah, as when you get out around the bay, you get bike.
Oh, yeah, everything.
Fellas don't call them nothing. It's all a bike.
Yeah.
And if it's a pedal bike, it's a pedal bike.
If it's a bike, or if it's a skidoo, it's a machine.
Machine, yep.
What are you doing? Oh, I'm going out on a machine there now. What machine? You know it's the machine. I only got one.
Yeah. Side by side. Nobody calls them UTVs.
Side by each?
Or side by each, yeah. 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 But nobody calls them UTVs.
No.
That's a silly name. And it's always a skidoo or a machine. Sled. The boys use a sled a lot.
You do get a lot of sled
on
the West Coast,
yeah. On the West Coast, because that's where it's the most prominent anyway.
Yeah.
That's the best snowmobiling country.
Oh, yeah. Well, like, it's funny. I was sitting there talking to the wife at supper tonight. I was like, gee, I wish these fake springs would fuck off and just stay spring.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking, I started chuckling. She's like, what's funny? I'm like, back home, like, they're not even got first spring yet.
No, not even thought of it yet.
I said, May 2 for us to start a spring back home.
And you're still going to probably get snow.
There's still snow on the ground for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Shady spots in that.
We're getting soft, see, brother?
I know.
But April comes and we're like, oh, spring's here. It's like, not
Bro,
home.
I'm going to tell you, it was weird. Spring showed up here and I had like a weird, like just a moment in my own head because I found myself saying, man, I wish this snow would hurry up and melt so I can rake the yard.
Ugh.
Well, I'm putting all the work into the house and the yard and everything, right?
I
I
know,
want
that's a
it to look real
disgusting
nice and everything, and now I'm like, oh, I want to rake? What?
brother.
What's
How
going
many
on?
times you rake the yard back home when you was
I
living?
am such a middle-aged white guy now.
You are such a middle-aged man now. How often you rake the yard back home?
Usually just in the spring. Once in the spring, just to wake the grass up and get the debris and shit off.
You know how many times I rake my yard at my house?
None, because you're lazy.
I didn't even own a rake. Fuck that shit.
Just mow it.
I seeded it though. I would seed it every spring, a little bit, and fertilize it. But which actually upset me because I always thought seeding and fertilizing your yard was the biggest fucking waste of time I ever saw. And then I was like, I saw everybody. I had the house for a couple of years, and I saw the neighbors down the road, and everybody had like a real nice green lawn. And I was like, fuck, man. All right, I don't want to look like the hillbilly on the block.
I guess I go get some grass.
Stupid ass thing. Fuck.
Well, that's what I'm at. Because like, you remember what it was like the backyard when we bought this place, man.
Yeah. No, I get it. And here,
rough.
Here you get a lot of leaves. Back home, just
yeah,
you don't.
But
get
it
leaves.
was rough here with all them trees and all the debris and that big fucking barn that we had. Like everybody forgets there was even a barn there. Like there used to be a giant 24 by 24 barn, 2-story,
basically falling apart. Yeah. No, that's a good point.
I sees it now and I'm like, oh fuck, I wants to rake, I wants to mow, I gotta do some leveling. I'm like, Jesus.
Could have gotten full dad mode.
Pretty much.
Fuck me. All I can think about is going hunting mule deer out west and how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
If we got any Alberta listeners out there, and I didn't want to do this, but if you want to host a couple good fellas, we'd love to come out and shoot some mule deer.
We're a couple good fellas.
It's like one of our bucket list hunts.
Yeah.
I
really want a Saskatchewan muley though.
Yeah, but Saskatchewan, you got to use a guide, so you're going to have to suck it up.
I know.
But brother, if you hunt the eastern side of Alberta, it's the same goddamn thing.
True. The thing with Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan's really grabbed my interest in the last couple of years because I never ever knew anything about it other than farming.
Nobody does.
But as I've gotten older and I've learned more about it, there's a desert there.
Oh, yeah,
there's plains there. There's tundra there. This place is super diverse. There's a desert there.
Dude, when you go up north, there's all those lakes and shit too. I think Saskatchewan has the most lakes in the country. They're like small lakes and shit.
I like to explore Saskatchewan.
This whole country's fucking cool.
Oh yeah.
If there's if there's any politicians listening to this podcast, what we want you to do, if you want our vote, all you got to do is two things. Loosen up the gun restrictions so that we can have some cool firearms. And I don't mean handguns. I don't give a fuck about that. But you should give those back to people too, because that's just being a dick. Please give us suppressors, because they're great at the range for not going deaf. It's wonderful. And make every province that you can host hunters as long as they're Canadian citizens.
Yeah.
I'm not saying,
Canada,
you know what I mean?
You don't need a guide.
If you're from America or anywhere else outside the country, you got to use a guide. But for Canadian residents, like full citizenship, just let us be able to host each other.
Yeah.
You know? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to pay $10,000 to go hunt elk.
Yeah, it's just
you know what I mean? That's so stupid.
It's just wild. And the
waterfowl is federal regulated.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's where I would love it if they could manage to do that. Is take all the hunting and make it federally regulated. I'm not saying this is what I want. I'm just saying it would be cool if they could do that, because then you could treat it like waterfowl. Where if me and you were on a plane to BC one weekend and a friend was like, hey man, I got a couple extra shotguns, you guys want to go bird hunting? We can legally go bird hunting.
Let's do that.
Why can't we do that with other species? That drives me nuts.
There should be no reason, in my opinion, that we can't call our mom and go, hey, we're going to buy a tag back home, or we should, even if we could go in on the tag with her because she's a resident that we could hunt for because she's getting older, you know what I mean? But without her, so we don't have to drag her in the woods, because right now we would have to go, she'd have to come with us. Or there's no reason we shouldn't be able to call like a friend of ours out west and be like, hey man, let's do a mule deer hunt this year, and we can head out there. And I'm not saying that the tag has to be cheap. Like, make the tag $600.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
fine.
I get it.
You're still at a province hunter.
Yeah, Alberta residents pay $150. If you're at a province, you got to pay some extra money to add to conservation in that province. But
see, that way is different, because then you're paying the government essentially.
Yes,
that $600 for the tag, instead of paying $10,000 to a guide who only paid $100, $200 for that tag.
Yeah, and I know guides are going to get mad and they're going to say, "Oh, well, that would be cutting in on our business," but it's not, and I'm going to tell you why it's not. Because guys like us don't want to stay in a big chalet with a cook and all these things. I want to take my truck, I want to put my little tent in it, or my tent on top of my truck. I want to go out to the countryside and I want to camp in that thing. I don't want all the services. I don't need them. All I need is public land, someone who knows the area so nobody gets hurt or lost, and that's it. We're good.
Just let me go.
So you're not going to lose the business of the guys who want to fly in and sleep in a queen-size bed every night with fresh sheets and a home-cooked meal every night. You're going to still get those guys.
Oh, yeah, they're not going to go away.
They're soft hunters, and that's what they like to do. We're not those guys.
And we're not calling you anyway.
Yeah, we're not calling you anyway. Number one, we can't afford you. And two, it's just, I wouldn't give you the money anyway, because I don't want to hunt that way.
No.
It's just not for me, you know? I like hunting. I like to be in nature. I don't want to leave my house to go stay at another house in the back 40. The whole reason I'm going in the back 40 is to get away from houses. I don't want Starlink.
No.
I want a GPS from Garmin so I don't get lost or die.
And that's it.
I don't even want cell phone service.
No. Disconnect, man.
Yeah.
Get out of that shit.
I want to be with nature, bro. Right? Round the fire, drinking coffee with the lads, shooting mule deer.
Yeah.
Anyway, hit us up if that sounds good to anybody and they want to do that with a couple Newfie boys.
Why not?
We'll even bring you some Screech. We won't drink it because it tastes like horse shit.
So, you can have all you want.
But you can have the 4x. Fuck it, we'll bring you a case.
Yeah, why not?
On that note, folks, we will end the show. Do not forget, if you haven't already, sign up for the FDC Shoots. Like I said, we're almost halfway booked now for all 3 shoots. We do have a live show coming up over on the Caribou Media Outdoor channel on the 13th, so don't miss that. If you've got any questions, write them down, and you can ask us in the live stream. And if you haven't checked out Josh's podcast, it's it's Caribou Media Outdoor Podcast. He's got some great guests, and he's got some great ones lined up. We can't tell you who they are, but they're worth subscribing so you don't miss it. Believe me. And other than that, brother, you got anything to add?
Love ya.
Good night.